The reputation of Tan Sri Abu Sahid Muhammad precedes himself in the Malaysian corporate sector. Starting from humble beginnings as a petrol station attendant, Abu Sahid rose up the ranks through the decades and in 1977 established the Maju Group. Today, Maju Holdings is one of the country's well-known conglomerates, with presence in construction, property, infrastructure, services and manufacturing. Abu Sahid has been in the headlines recently after declaring his intention to buy highway operator Plus. Abu Sahid says he has huge plans to transform the company if he takes over. This includes making changes to improve the profit-making structure of the highway company. Abu Sahid says Plus is currently spending too much for maintenance, up to triple the market rate for things like resurfacing its highways. He says, as a testament to the improving he'll do on the profit structure of Plus, the toll rate for Plus highways will not be increased for 20 years if he takes over. This is one of the things he'll change, he says, along with 4 other promises he's making if he succeeds in taking over. 51% of Plus is currently owned by Khazanah, with the rest owned by the Employees Provident Fund or EPF. Both entities said they are reviewing the offer. Hello, I'm Luqman Hariz. Welcome to a very special edition of the show. And today I'm joined by one of the main corporate figures of Malaysia for the past few decades. I am sitting here with Tan Sri Abu Sahid Muhammad, the Group Executive Chairman of Maju Holdings, Sendirian Berhad. Tan Sri, thank you for taking time to join us.
Thank you, man.
First of all, let's talk about you. You've said before that you don't call yourself a corporate player, but rather an operator of business. What do you mean by that?
Well, when I say I am not a corporate player, it means that during during good times, they make hundreds of millions. During bad times, they will lose hundreds of millions too. As for me, as an operator, good times I make $1. Bad time also I still make $1. You know, I can't make a lot and I can't lose a lot.
Do you think a lot of entrepreneurs today, especially young entrepreneurs, should follow this model of yours? That you should make $1 regardless of how bad the time is?
Well, it depends on what business they are in, man. Because after 41 years in business, my philosophy in business is to do recession-proof business. What are recession-proof business? Be what it may, be what it comes. You know, rain or shine, we still do business, we still make money. Okay? And that's when we also contribute to the nation. And if you don't have recession-proof business, it goes on the tide. If tides are good, you make big money. If tides are bad, you lose big money also. So I encourage young people, when they want to do business, whatever business they do, they have 1 or 2 recession-proof business.
Well, I suppose that's the holy grail of every businessman or every entrepreneur, not just in Malaysia, but the whole world, to build a recession-proof business. So how do you go about that? Is there a formula for you to do that, a specific business model? Share with us.
Yeah, it is something that when you are in, after so many years in business, obviously you have gone through so many things. You have gone through manufacturing, engineering, services. So I'm sure within that business, there must be some recession-proof business that you will discover. So like you're in services, medical. You're in manufacturing, food. You're in infrastructure, highways, power, water. And these are the recession-proof business.
So it's trial and error, essentially.
You have to start somewhere, what you are good at. You cannot say, I want to start recession-proof business. Today I want to be in medical. Hey, it just don't come over that. You got to build up your company, build up your people, move them to the direction that you want to go. Something you fail, then you go to the next one. Like what we started. We started with highway. Then we move into another one, bus terminal. Then we move another one, power. We can't go into big power because the places are too big. We go into hydro. Then we learn about hydro. Then we get to know.
Throughout your 41 years,
yes,
you've had many failures.
Many
failures.
failures.
What's your biggest one?
Failure?
Yeah.
I cannot satisfy my people, cannot satisfy my brothers, my failure. In terms of dollars and cents,
Yeah.
I don't see that I say I lose money in any of my business. Okay, I make very little money, yes, but none of my business that I lose money, except for Pawaja.
Interesting. We'll come back with Tan Sri Abu Sahid Muhammad, Group Executive Chairman of Maju Holdings, Sdn Bhd. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back with me, Luqman Hariz. I've been speaking to Tan Sri Abu Sahid Muhammad, Group Executive Chairman of Maju Holdings, Sdn Bhd. Now, Tan Sri, let's move on to more recent news. Of course, the most attention-grabbing headlines is your plans to buy Plus. So where are we with that?
Well, I have put in 5 proposals. How we started off with Plus on the 5 proposals, because when my boss went for the negotiation with LLM, let me tell you this, highway business is a highly regulated business. It's been regulated by the Highway Authority. So every now and then, Highway Authority will call us for discussion. And there was one discussion that they do not want to increase the toll rate. So when discussion went round, all the table, all the other concession holders says they cannot. They have to increase the rate because their highways are new. But when it comes to Plus, they ask, well, Plus, what happened to you? You're old. Plus say, no, we still want the rate. We can wait for a year or two, but you got to compensate us. So when my boys came back and tell me what happened in the meeting, I said, it cannot be, because Plus is already over 20 years. Over 20 years, your maintenance is very low. And you don't have to have increase in toll rate every 3-4 years. We want to make a study. After all the calculation, hey, I say they can do it. I get our finance people to do the sensitization analysis. It can be done.
And you mean what can be done is
you
to not
can
increase
run the highway without increasing the toll.
For how long?
For the whole concession period for 20 years.
So how can it be done?
Okay, because of low maintenance, there's economy of scale. Okay, when you cut the grass, one sweep, you got to stop like our highway. You potong kena berhenti, dia tak payah berhenti, potong. So you one day labor, you can cut 1 kilometer, but in our concession you can't, because a lot of stoppages, the grass is not much more to cut. Let's talking for example, like road resurfacing. You're talking about you have 864 kilometer resurfacing. We are paying what, 17, 18 ringgit per meter square. You don't have to pay anything higher than that in Plus. It could be cheaper than that. But instead, they're paying much, much more than what we are paying. Then I went and asked my investment banker to check, to evaluate whether my figures are right, whether my calculations are right. They said 8 team from US, from Hong Kong, all over the world. They said 8 people. They studied for about a month. They say it can be done. But something peculiar, they say, people, all my clients in the world, ask me how much price they can increase on the highway. You are the only one that asked me, I don't want to increase the rate, but I can cut. And they say, it's done.
So why is it then there are these claims that we don't have any choice but to increase the toll rate for rate hike for Plus?
Because when you first built the highway, you have signed a concession agreement with the government. And the concession agreement, there is a provision that you have, you're entitled to an increase every 3 months. So because of that, people are capitalizing on it. For the new highway, yes. For Max or Duke, I agree. Because our financial still, we are still paying for our bond, things like that. And our bond are still big for them. They're two round already. They started with 60 million, round to 50, 40, 30. They can still make it, and their income is getting higher and higher. They are earning what? More than, I would say, 4 billion a year. That's about 10, 11, 12 million a day.
So you are now reaffirming your desire to buy Plus,
Yes.
and also you are making this pledge and commitment that if you succeed in taking over Plus, there will be no toll rate hikes for 20 years.
Yes.
What was the feedback of EPF and UEM on your interest to buy?
Well, initially they thought they can throw my proposal out, like what they threw Halim Saad's proposal. Halim Saad was a different way of approaching. Halim Saad wrote in their own letterhead, their own a special purpose vehicle to buy Plus. But they thought I was sent in on special purpose vehicle to buy Plus. I asked my merchant banker to submit on our behalf. So my merchant banker submit under their letterhead. So they were caught there. They thought if it is my letterhead, they can laugh it away, like what they did on Halim.
But why would they do that?
Huh?
Why would they do that?
Because they don't want to sell.
To you or to
They don't
anybody?
want to sell to anybody, not just to me. If they want to sell, they've sold to Halim. They don't want to sell to Halim. Because they say that is their cash cow. Why should they sell? Their life is so comfortable. But I don't mind that their life is comfortable, but they must do something for the public, for the people.
So you are also resigning to the fact that the sale won't happen?
Well, I don't think so, because they are the one who say they don't want to sell. But what about the people in this country? But what about the leaders in this country? I am sure the leaders are not stupid. They know what they are talking. They know what my offer is. If they say I am no good, they can check, they can test, they can call me and see how am I going to do it.
Right.
If they say I'm not going to tell them the truth, they are going to call me to sign a supplemental agreement. They are not just listening to what I say.
So just another short one before we have to go for another break. You are also open to the idea of letting go of Max, which you own. You're
Yep.
open to selling Max. So do you think it's a wise decision to switch Max and get Plus?
Man, I'm not saying that switching Max to buy Plus. I can keep Max, I can buy, still buy Plus. If they want to buy Max, if the price is right, I sell. Everything is for sale, man. As I say, parents, wife and children, not for sale. You want to buy my brother, you can have him. Okay? I have no problem with that.
We'll come back with Tan Sri Abu Sahid Muhammad, Group Executive Chairman of Maju Holdings in Berhad for the final part of this interview. We'll be right back. You're back with me, Luqman Hariz. I've been speaking to the Group Executive Chairman of Maju Holdings in Berhad, Tan Sri Abu Sahid Muhammad. Tan Sri, now before the break we were talking about something that is appearing a lot on the headlines, which is your desired acquisition of Plus. Now you are also promising 5 things, 5 elements if you get to buy Plus.
Yes.
What are those 5 things?
Firstly, there will not be any toll increase until the end of the concession, which is 2038. Secondly, there will not be any compensation from the government, where the government is compensating every toll not increase, they will compensate. Third, there is a government due payment to Plus for 900 million for the compensation. I will write that off also. Fourth, government guarantee. Government don't have to give us a guarantee. We don't need government guarantee. And fifth, that I am going to provide better security for the highway. I am going to light the whole highway from Bukit Kayu Hitam right up to Tuas. Two, I'm going to educate the people how to use the highway. How do I educate? promote on your Astro TV, promote on TV1, TV2, have pamphlets, teach people how to drive in a safe manner, control the speed limit, protect the highway, the barrier, all those things.
So you promise these 5 things will be done the day that you take over Plus, if you manage to take over Plus.
I pledge that I will do it immediately.
Well, let's go to other projects of the group. We've talked about Plus a lot. One such project is Maju Kuala Lumpur, which is slated to be open in 2019, but it got delayed to 2021. Why?
There's no delay. The project are still on. The project that we have got government approval to complete the project in 60 months. And we just started only January 2017. Our building approval all in January 2017. We start selling also about that time. So there's no delay. Kalau kata 5 years, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. But we targeted at 21. Okay? Because we are building all the 7 towers in one go. We are not doing phases by phases. So the method of construction, you have to build from bottom, the whole area, top, the whole area, and all the 7 towers, one go.
Now, we've been seeing a glut in property supply, whether be it residential or commercial or office spaces. More and more units are not being sold or not being rented. First of all, are you scared to build more in this kind of environment? And number 2, do you think you are contributing to the property glut by building more?
Our concept of selling is totally different, man. Our concept of selling is to help the young professionals to own a house. Okay, you can see the house, the model house is just across the road. We can show it later. Why I say we're helping the young professional? There's a lot of young professionals who just start working, can't afford to pay the 10%. So we allow them, upon signing, they pay 2,000. Then every month they pay 1,000 for up to 42 months. When they reach up to 42 months, they have paid 66,000. And we use that 60,000 as their 10%. And we use that money to borrow money for their end financing. Because today, the bank do not want to lend the young people because they say there's no track record. So by us allowing these young people to pay every month 1,000, they're building their track record and to show the bank that these people can afford. They've got work and they're husband and wife, so they can combine together to apply for loan.
But a lot of people are also arguing that there's rising indebtedness amongst young Malaysians that want to buy houses and homes, and we are making it easier for them to buy homes that they cannot really afford to pay for. Do you think there are other more feasible ways to make houses more affordable for young people?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of other government program on Prima, One, PPR, many, depending on what quality. My target is towards the young professional. My young professional must have a certain level of living. They are both husband and wife, are professional. Each one of them will earn about 4,000. 2 of them will 8,000. You're going to build a house where they can pay not more than 2,005 ringgit a month. If you have more than that, then they can afford. Then they can live comfortably. But if you allow that you design a house that can pay 2,500 ringgit a month, then husband and wife with earning of 4,000, they live very comfortable with 1 kid, you know. And you have to have public transport. We have 3 public transport. We have LRT, we have monorail, we have a commuter and MR2. 2 train, 2 public transport attached to the development.
Well, budget 2018 is just around the corner. What do you hope the government will announce? Particularly relating to the sectors you are involved in, even in affordable housing that you were mentioning just now. What do you hope the government will announce?
I expect the government to give lower interest rate, lower stamp, continue with the stamp duty that they do charge for houses for the young people, young professionals. I think that will help. Interest rate is very, very important, and have some budget. Put a cane on the bankers to be more flexible to the young people who have got no track record of borrowing. This is a problem. A lot of people wanted to buy house, they couldn't get loan because they have no track record. How can you have a track record? You're young. So the bank must take certain risk to give these young people.
Well, when you were young, you worked really hard. You went from being a petrol station attendant to the legend that you are today, at least in the corporate sector. So, but there are rumors that you are considering to call it a day, to retire. You're giving more to your son now. So, is it coming soon?
Yeah, I'm training my son now. The last 1 year is now. Sometimes he's behaving, sometimes he's not. But most of the time he listens to me. Soon, I would say another 8 more months, it will be his. I finish plus, I finish my development. It's up to him.
So 8 more months, and that's it for you.
I mean, I will be there as advisory. I will come from time to time. I will still go to the office. But when you're old, you have to work. You have to go to the office. You have to keep yourself busy, even not. You know? But I think it can be done.
Thank you so much, Tan Sri, for taking time to join us. That was Tan Sri Abu Sahid Muhammad, Group Executive Chairman of Maju Holdings in John Berhad. What do you think of this interview? Drop us all your feedback on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at 501 Awani. Download our app. And you can also catch this interview on our podcast. Simply search for Astro Awani wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Hariz for Astro Awani. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.